Welcome to Talmudic Treasures. Today we're learning Chagigah, page 21, which continues to explain the words of our Mishnah that tells us that when a person has a vessel in which needs to be cleansed or purified, so a person will go to a mikvah, which is a special water in which is coming from rain, and that water is gathered together in a pool, in a place, and one is able to submerge a vessel, also people, in this mikvah. And one has to be very careful that there is never a chatzitza. There is nothing that's separating the person or the vessel from the water. It must be completely submerged in the water. And therefore, for this reason, it says there's an issue potentially if you would take a vessel, a large one, and you put another one inside it and dump them both into the water at the same time. It's possible that the inner one, because of the heaviness of this vessel, will press down and the water will not really touch the walls of these vessels because they're touching one another. And because of that, one has to be careful that when one does wish to purify vessels, that they should not be done one inside the other. And this is also the reason, again, in general, when a person wishes to go to a mikvah in order to cleanse themselves, one also has to be careful that there is nothing which is separating them from the water, which means they must completely submerge their entire body at one moment in the water so that there isn't anything sticking out, not a finger, not any of your hair. One has to be completely under the water because otherwise it's considered to be a chatzitza. Also, we find that when it comes to knots, if you have some vessel or something which has a knot in it, the problem is if you submerge that, there's a very good chance because the water will tighten up the knot, the water will not really be able to get inside. Alternatively, the issue of having one vessel inside the other vessel is only in a situation where the outer vessel is very, very narrow. For example, if a person would stick a needle into a barrel or into some type of vessel in which there's a very, very small opening. So when you submerge this outer vessel, even though there is a needle, for example, that you'd want to cleanse and purify, that would not accomplish anything because it has to be that it's actually touching the water. And if the hole of the outer vessel is so small, then one will not be able to really get the water in there so properly. Again, these are just a couple of basic laws when it comes to the mikvah and its purification. There's certainly many more.